Hello, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Welcome back to today's reading. I can't wait to get started for you. Let's go. I want to say a quick welcome and a shout out, hey, to all my subscribers. Thank you so much for being here. If you haven't subscribed yet, join the club. Go down, click subscribe, and also kick the bell. Click the bell so you get notifications and you never miss a free daily reading. Also, if you need I'm like, what's the next thing? If you need a private reading, go to LizZamorski.com and I'll get you all sorted. So while I was getting ready for your reading today, I was hearing all kinds of songs as usual, and I'm not going to sing all of them today because that would be a tragedy. But one song that kept running through my head was this Swedish children's song. Because I live in Sweden. I'm not like trying to be all like, I'm so international. I think of songs in all these languages. I have a child. I live in Sweden. I've heard this song. But so it's about like somebody living in a shack where they're a builder and or like that they're in a carpentry workshop. So like this building theme kind of came in already. And then that Johnny Cash song, One Piece at a Time, which I will put in today's playlist up here, where he's working in a factory, in a Cadillac factory, and his dream is to have a Cadillac. So like over the decades, he starts pulling like one piece at a time so he can build his dream Cadillac. I'm not telling you to steal. I'm just saying that it's like this building theme that kept coming up. And then there was another one. There's this really beautiful Avett Brothers song. See, we're really cross genre here. But there's this really beautiful Avett Brothers song where they say, decide what to be and go be it. And it gives me chills just saying it. I love it. And so I just want to tell you, like, whatever seed you've planted, we just had the new moon in Taurus. So like, I hope that you were planting seeds, but whatever seed has been planted in you, whatever idea is coming up, it's springtime, it's Taurus season. You had just had a new moon. Like, you're ready to build. And then I pulled your 3 cards from the Starman Tarot, and you got the Hierophant, the Lovers, and the Empress. And this to me is all about mastery, being the master of your domain, co-creating, building something new, and birthing it to fruition. And like, I'm not going to read each card separately like I usually would and say like the Hierophant is saying this, the Lovers are saying that. Like, I feel like these 3 cards came out to tell me, to confirm for me the message from those songs. And that is that you are being guided to build something, to launch something, to get something off the ground. And you have the masters helping you. This isn't just like you stumbling your way through something, and you might feel like you've been stumbling, but call on either masters that you know of in the human 3D realm, or tap into, like, if it is a carpenter, like, who's the master carpenter? Jesus. Or like, who's the master empress? Maybe Isis. Like, start really honing in on the energy that you want to embody and be that. Be the queen of the domain. Be the master carpenter. Be the master architect of your life. Decide what to be and go be it. We complicate things so much as humans because that's how our brains work, and we're only using 10% of them. And I'm just hearing like, you have a lot more power and magic inside of you to actually manifest or to create the life that you want. So the hard part is deciding what you want to be. And I also feel like you're supposed to tap in back, the message is coming through, you're supposed to tap back into start talking to your inner child and figuring out what you wanted to be when you were a kid, and then like go back into that energy. I'm not saying to go back and be like, okay, that means I'm going to be a firefighter or a pediatrician or whatever, but like go back to that childlike innocence of, if you could be anything, what would it be? Let's say it's astronaut. Okay, so what, like breaking up, like what is an astronaut at its core. It's an explorer. It's an adventurer. It's somebody who wants to go to uncharted territory. It's somebody who focuses on math and engineering. It's a, weightlessness. Start kind of mind mapping and writing down like the key words that go along with whatever that project or that thing or that dream is, and start circling back to those and saying like, okay, what am I being called to do? Am I being called to explore uncharted territory? And what does that look like for you specifically? Like, we hold a lot of wisdom in ourselves and in our hearts, and our inner children hold a lot of wisdom and keys to what we truly desire and truly want to be. So I feel like there's a lot of being called to, like, as you're co-creating and building, to really not only co-create, oh my gosh, my eye got so itchy. Okay, you got to scratch off your vision. But, either it's co-creating with a partner, like a physical adult partner, or it's using your inner child as your partner and co-create with your inner child, co-create with the innocent, dreamy, exploratory, unprogrammed part of you that has like your true heart's desire and your true innocence and the true essence of yourself just fully integrated. Oh, so I'm reading from Wisdom of the Oracle for you with the spread to clarify this as well. I don't know how much clarification we really need, and I feel like these cards have been coming out for a lot of signs recently. So I feel like as a collective, and of course, like, we are in this timeline right now, we are going through a global pandemic, and we're going through a global pause, and we're going through a global awakening. And so I'm not surprised, but it is very comforting that these cards are kind of repeating themselves across all signs. So it's really sending me the message that, like, as a collective, we are being called. It doesn't matter what your star sign is. It doesn't matter where you live in the world. Like, we are all being called to step into this new creation and to help one another. So the cards that I pulled from Wisdom of the Oracle, in your recent past, number 34, a leg up. It feels like you've been given some comfort either by yourself or by another. I do feel like this goes back into that inner child energy where it's like your adult persona is giving your inner child a leg up to, like, step back into the light and to step back into an integrated reality with you so you can use your inner child as a co-creator. Then the present energy, building blocks, number 28, where you are now starting to you're starting to put the pieces in place to really start building up this vision. And you've closed out an old cycle where you've maybe had to heal some traumas from, not maybe, we all have to. Doesn't matter how loved and how supported you were as a child, like, we all have childhood trauma and childhood scars and wounds that need to be healed. So we're not creating from our wound, but we're creating from our adult, healed, whole persona. And if you don't know what I'm talking about right now when I say those things, like, just let them sink in and start feeling how that feels to you, because the truth will start unveiling itself to you. But I noticed that she's looking toward the past, and so I do feel like you have to start healing the wounds from the past and use those as your building blocks to start creating toward the future. So it's very much, it's not just like, okay, I'm starting here, this is the starting line. It's like, no, the starting line happened when you were born. The starting line happened a long time ago where every single little piece had to happen, like, looking back and saying, okay, if I could change one thing in my life, what would it be? And really start getting real about, like, would you actually change that? Because what series of events did that set off? What dominoes did that send falling in order for you to get to where you are today, where you are in this energy, where you can integrate your inner child and build. Your challenge, number 24, time for a nap. Your challenge is going to be giving yourself time to rest along the way. This is my big challenge too. I'm with you. And yesterday I was supposed to be producing videos and, like, doing readings and everything. And I just had a forced pause. My child became sick. And then I ended up being in that energy for the afternoon. And I finally realized, like, oh, I have to stop beating myself up with feeling like I failed on my to-do list today, and instead say, like, even if my child hadn't gotten sick, like, I needed to give myself a rest. I need to give myself a day off. And so this is your challenge as well, is that you need to give yourself time to rest and integrate and not always be pushing forward, because we can get caught up in the excitement of building. And just remember that, like, you have to let the house settle too, okay? Then a message from your spirit guides is number 19, flexible. Yeah, your spirit guides are coming in to say, like, you're going to have to be flexible. Don't get so committed to one rigid path, because we as humans can't even conceptualize like every possible outcome. And so like we're only looking to the future or making our plans from the seat of ourselves now, from this snapshot place. So you're really being called, like, that if along the road you're being called to close something out or really like pivot or close a door and open a new one, that you're flexible enough and that you're aware enough to be able to do that. Don't force the universe to make it so tough on you. I'm not saying to just like abandon plans in the middle because you're like, well, maybe I'm being called to start something new. But really getting real and really focusing and really tuning in with yourself. So that way, like, while you are on the path, if suddenly you're like, this does not feel like it's serving me anymore, or this idea has really metamorphosized into something else, and so therefore I have to get clearer and like shift the focus onto this goal instead, you know, that you're remaining flexible and that you're allowing yourself to readjust the plan as you evolve, because you can't always know everything. And as you're on the path, new opportunities will start becoming clear to you. The fog is going to be lifting every step of the way. So just, your spirit guides are really coming in and saying, like, be flexible, allow things to end that need to end, and like start new things that need to start as you're figuring this out. And then the potential outcome is number 7. There's a lot of 7 energy. You started and ended with a 7. But so the potential outcome is to the sea, number 7. And what this is telling me right now is that it's all about that integration. And I keep saying the word integration, and I don't usually say this in readings. So it's becoming very clear to me that I've been repeating that word a lot. But I do feel like the energy coming off of this card for you is like becoming your true and whole self, becoming who you were meant to be, fulfilling your mission, or starting to fulfill your mission here on earth, like fulfilling your life's mission, doing your life's work. Like that is the energy of where this is leading you right now, where you've kind of been drifting along. And what this particular journey right now, this building journey right now is leading you toward, is to really becoming, like, calling back in all of your parts that you've given away to other people and other energies and other situations, and really integrating all of that back in, and really integrating the lessons and being like, I get it. So that way, when you ask yourself, if there's one moment I would change in my life, what would it be? You're going to come up blank. Okay? Because you will have integrated every heartache, every loss, every grief, every joy, every birth, every death, like everything will suddenly make complete sense. It's going to fit together like these building blocks. It's going to be like Lego clicking all into place. And like, I'm seeing actually like a child sitting with that Lego instruction booklet for like a really huge project. And you know how when you build Lego, you're told like, okay, we're gonna start with this thing over here, and you're gonna build all this, then you got to build this, then you got to build that, and you're kind of looking at everything going the whole time going like, how's this all gonna fit together? But okay, I trust the Lego instructions, they know what they're doing, they're Danish. But so then but then at the end you suddenly start going, oh, okay. And it's like, okay, this mini project goes here, and this mini project goes here, and like, oh, we've built Hogwarts, or we've built the big castle, or we've built the Death Star, or whatever. But it's like, all those things that's what integration is. Like all those things that happen that you built, that you then left or moved on from. I don't say you moved on from, you evolved out of them. Like suddenly you're just going to see like the Hogwarts of your life coming together, and you're going to be like, oh, now I see how all these things fit together. Okay? So just right now, trust, build, integrate your inner child. There's so much wisdom there waiting for you. You have to really get real with your inner child and start tapping into what your true calling is, because we need that. We all need that, and we need you. We need you doing what it is that you're here to do. And I'm so thankful that you are on this reading, and I'm so thankful that you're answering the call, because just you being here and watching this lets me know that you are answering your call. And I'm so excited about what's going to happen. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, I love you with my whole heart. All 4 quadrants, front, back, up, down. And I'm with you. And I can't wait to see you next time. Bye, air signs.